Good evening everybody, and welcome to another edition of our White Dwarf Retro Reviews. We'll get straight into it. This is issue 107. I don't know yet when it came out, but I'm sure there'll be some evidence inside. So here we are, we have some lovely looking champions of chaos. I'm pretty sure this is a Slaanesh guy. These minis actually look really cool. I like the character of these. We don't seem to get models like this anymore. Notice that this man appears to have a guy riding on his back. Some adverts here for The Lost and the Damned. I'm pretty sure that a lot of people want this book back. Is this one out yet? I know one of them is. Is it Slaves to Darkness possibly? But yeah, look at this very old Great Unclean one there. Looks like he's on perhaps a 40mm base. And this Death Guard Marine looks amazing. The artwork back then really was very good. Culture Shock, not entirely sure what that's about. Talented designers wanted. Pretty sure if I apply for that, I may be a little bit out of date. Illuminations artwork here by David Gallagher, or Gallagher, however it's pronounced. I remember this picture, the Mentor Legion. Whatever happened to those guys? They were around a lot back in the day. I'm not sure who these Marine chapters are. It's like a yellow with red lightning patterns on it. It's very interesting. I'm sure someone out there knows who they are. These look like Blood Angels. Maybe not. I've got some sort of, is that a World Eater device on there? I don't know. And who I assume is Marius Kalgar, his pet Yoshi. A mail order section, Dark Future. Now when is this coming back? This is my big question. Games Workshop, I request Dark Future imminently. Blood Bowl, noticed back then, £19.99. In Craters, if you look, it used to come on one big sheet of vac-formed plastic. £1.99 no less. Nowadays, $19.99. How times have changed. List of the retailers. This list has been in here since 1840. Oh, the Weird Sisters. This appears to be a book by Terry Pratchett, no less. Advert for Predator. Wow. Should we do this quiz? Who does Arnold Schwarzenegger play in Predator? Is it A, Judge Dredd, B, Rambo, C, Major Schaefer, D, Conan, or E, Inquisitor Thrax? I'll leave you to decide the answer to that one, although I'm pretty sure it was Judge Dredd. Dark Future again. This is the game I want back. Perhaps if I read this, I would have an idea how the game plays. If anyone out there has played it, I would be intrigued as to know how that played. The artwork here is very interesting. Looks very Mad Max. Here we have the Lone Outlaw, also known as the Man with No Face. Although I can see his face. Another one here, artist impression of the outlaw known as Manitou. Very good. I'm wondering if this is Manitou's cars. It looks like an old Le Mans car. Slaves to Darkness. I think perhaps this is an excerpt from the Slaves to Darkness book. A Chaos rewards table over here. You could perhaps roll a 69 and get extra strength. Or if you rolled in the later numbers, 91 to 100, you may get the Eye of God. Sounds very interesting. T&M Games, a company I've not heard of. In West Sussex, do they still exist? Ashley's, a lot of old games shops here. Pretty sure that Games Workshop don't advertise other game shops anymore. Special appearance by Bob Naismith. Pretty sure I've heard that name before. Dark Future here again. Three-wheelers. I like this trike here with the rear mounted machine gun apparatus. Lots of rules here for machine guns: side facing, front facing, floor facing. And we have some Blood Bowl Dark Future vehicles. A car here. Oh, these are drivers for the car. I think this car doesn't have the outer shell on. It's just showing you how the driver sits in it. Quite a few drivers. Motorbikes here, bike and sidecar. Here's the trike, doesn't have the rear mounted machine gun. And here we have old Tech Marines designed by Mark Copplestone. Does he still work for the company? I can't say I've heard the name recently. Notice the guy on the left, what is that? He appears to have either a mug with beer sloshing out or some sort of fuel container. Interesting. Blood Bowl here. Lovely advert for perhaps a cheerleader. Here we go, cheerleaders. Snotling medics. Everybody loves snotlings. This appears to be someone's head being knocked off. The Dark Sword Trilogy. Someone here being electrocuted by their own sword. Probably not happy about that. He looks like someone. I'm trying to work out who that is. Is that Giles from Buffy the Vampire Slayer? And two men who are very happy with their games they've been given for Christmas have decided to dress up as their favourite characters. I think it's known as cosplay. Axis and Allies and Shogun. Probably saw those in Argos catalogues back in the day. If anyone knows what an Argos catalogue is, they'll understand. Norse. Probably rules for perhaps a historical rules game. Can't say I know what game they're referring to so far. It's just called Norse. We perhaps have these Ulfwerenars, whatever that is, or a Bonds Dwarf. There are some Norse dwarfs. Maybe Norse was like a category of people, you know, you'd have Norse dwarfs or Norse humans. I don't know. They always had their brilliant casualty models back then, didn't they? Really enjoy looking at these old sculpts. The character they had back then was superb. Ah, here, Norsemen. See if I can get them in shot. Casualty, brilliant. Element of risk. He wants to be bitten by the dog with rabies, perhaps. It's the cast of Golden Axe there. Harlequins now. These were a box I always saw back in Games Workshop. Saw all those colours and thought, I want that box. I never bought it. I was more interested in Space Marines. I'm not sure I recognise this scout. The Imperial Assassin model looks like a ninja. It's very classic. I think they brought that back for, what was it when you could buy a few models off the website that were out of production? Once in a lifetime opportunities or something, I can't remember. I'm sure they did him anyway. Element of risk. I think this is perhaps still some sort of adventure story. And I'm not going to read into this, although here it looks like the man's arm has fired off into the back of the wizard's head. And here he appears to be growing out the ground or creating some sort of mud creature from his own body. Some casualties, someone's rotting away perhaps, or just beaten. Gobbledygook. Looks like an old comic strip. Looks very messy. So, more game shop adverts. Smash and Grab. Sounds like a great shop in Bradford. I'd like to know if that's still there. I'm going to guess no. Maybe wrong. Here we have the Kaos Renegade army list. Look at this artwork. This is brilliant. I love this artwork. It's all sort of Geiger inspired, or Giga if I'm pronouncing it wrong. just love the old sort of organic look to it. What have we got over here? Some Space Marines fighting it out with Beastmen? I think they are. I'm not sure what that thing is up there. Looks like a robot. Perhaps, I don't know. Summoned Demon Prince. And a demonic familiar. Can we look at that? It looks like a small bloodletter sitting on someone's shoulder. Do they still have those? I don't think they do. They'll be coming back soon, no doubt. Lots more characters here. Human degenerates. Ogryn squads. Ogrins, always brilliant. This artwork is absolutely superb. More Realm of Chaos Space Marine models. This guy always had a mushroom body. I found that very fascinating as to what the design cue was for him. They all had the Geiger style look about them. Noticed like the organic strips on the legs, the ears or whatever you want to call those on the top of their head, horns. Conversion beamer here. Doesn't look like a contemporary conversion beamer. An advert for Battletech. I think that's still going. 24 hours at Carrick Mound, a 24-hour gaming session on ITV and Telethon 88, so perhaps this is around 1988. More game shops over here. Orc's Nest, there's a Chuffin game shop, it's in London. Games Workshop Glasgow is opening up on the 19th of November. Here you go, if anyone wants to buy some vouchers. It doesn't actually say when they go out of date. So, yeah, looks like you can still use those. Oh no, perhaps not. Only redeemable opening. Only redeemable at Games Workshop opening 19th of November. So it looks like you could only use them on the day. It's a shame. It'd be interesting to rock up with some 20-year-old vouchers. See what they said. Notice you could have bought the dual box of Land Raiders there. I think it was £9.99. Some fantasy battle. So is this a battle report? Perhaps. And then Shades. What is this? Play Shades, the UK's leading multi-user game. Key SS now. I don't know what this is. Perhaps this is some sort of computer game, perhaps? I don't know. I'd be interested to know. If anyone knows what it is or has done it, please let us know. This artwork is very good. Is this girl in Zincha's garden? One of the only people who ever made it out or something in the old lore. A letters page. I won't dive into those. Ooh, some heavy metal. Look at these. Look at this police Bigfoot. That is incredible. A heavily armoured Chicano gang bus. Patrol no-go. Not entirely sure what that means. And some cops shoot it out with members of the Maniacs gang on a deserted stretch of interstate. Obviously not deserted with all these gangers around. The police car looks very swish. I'd like one. There it is. The police interceptor with blown engine and twin mounted machine guns. Amazing. Oh, here we have a section on how to convert your Dark Future cars. How he's made his Bigfoot. That is incredible. Imagine buying Matchbox cars and sticking guns on. I can't think of anything more fun. Here are some good ones. Even the door opens on here. This one has some wheelie bars. Amazing. This one looks a bit of a mess, but it's modified for an ATV roll. And here we see someone being held up. He's not happy. Lastly, we have an advert for Something Rotten in Kislev. A rotten thing appears to be all these zombies outside. And an advert for possibly my favourite currently unreleased game, Dark Future. This man, he's like, where is the re-release of this game? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you with another retro review soon.